Hi, today is November 23rd, 2025, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 1817 for the year, Horses. November 10th was the 50th anniversary of the release of Patti Smith's Horses. I did not become aware of Smith until a year later when, to promote her next album, Radio Ethiopia, she appeared bare-breasted on the cover of the Soho Weekly News. I almost immediately bought Radio Ethiopia and fell in love with it, and Smith. I went to see her at the Palladium on New Year's Eve that year. It was the only time I ever saw John Cale or television live. Eventually I checked out Horses, and perversely, I never warmed up to it. I thought I was insane for preferring Radio Ethiopia, but I did, and maybe I still do. I didn't go see Patti Smith perform Horses in its entirety at the Beacon this weekend, but let me know if she decides to do the same with Radio Ethiopia next year, because I'll probably be there. Poem number 1818, on not meeting Patti Smith. I've known for decades where Patti Smith's house is in New York, but I only recently learned that my birth father was born in that house. That information is kind of insane to me. I have never met Patti Smith, and I have never wanted to because don't meet your heroes. But if I were to meet her now, I'd have something interesting to say. Poem number 1819, on meeting members of the PSG. I have met two members of the Patti Smith group. I once heard J.D. Doherty say something very wise, which I have repeated in appropriate circles, but which I won't repeat here because of reasons. And not only have I met and conversed with Lenny Kaye several times, I've actually sang Hank Williams songs while he played lap steel. I know I said don't meet your heroes, but JD and Lenny are heroes of mine, and I've met them both, and so far, nothing bad has happened. Poem number 1820, Billy Ficca. There were also a couple of King Missile shows where Billy Ficca played drums. I saw Billy play with television at that New Year's Eve show in 1976 at the Palladium. I had heard that Billy doesn't like to talk about television, but when we were rehearsing, I had to interrupt and say, I'm sorry, but I have to say this. I was at that 1976 New Year's Eve show at the Palladium, and you were amazing. And he smiled, and he talked about it a bit, and it was a very nice moment. So maybe he does like to talk about television, or maybe I caught him on a good day. Poem number 1821, Thurston. Earlier this week, I learned that Thurston Moore was at that Patti Smith's New Year's Eve concert in 1976. I've met Thurston and Lee Ronaldo, too. I think Lee likes or liked me. I think Thurston didn't and doesn't. That's okay. That's another reason why I don't want to meet Patti Smith. I think perhaps she wouldn't like me, or maybe she already doesn't. Poem number 1822, Dropped. The floor was littered with the names he dropped, and he spent the better part of the afternoon picking them up and putting them back where they belonged. Names should not be dropped. Names don't belong on the floor. If you drop a name, pick it up. It's the least you can do. One day he will drop a new album, and I hope he picks that shit up too. And last poem of the day, poem number 1823, Fuck the Clock. That time I saw Patti Smith play the New Year's show at the Palladium, I was 16. It was the first time I had been to any kind of New Year's Eve celebration where there wasn't a countdown and a Happy New Year. I remember being a little disappointed by that, but also thinking it was cool. Patti was wearing a t-shirt that said, Fuck the Clock on it. And indeed, she did fuck the clock. She fucked it hard. And I was so in love. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you.